Hi, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. My name is Thomas Canary, also known as Thomas at Mailjet and Thomas at Mailgun. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We have a special edition event that we're doing, an email marketing hunting trivia edition. So I'm super happy and super stoked to be here with you guys. And of course, we've got some amazing panelists joined today. From one of our favorite companies and partners to work with, Blue Shift. How are you guys doing today? We got Ryan and we got Megan over from the marketing and lead gen departments. Guys, how's it going?
Going good.
Going good.
As Ryan would say.
Awesome, awesome. And real quick, let's talk about your costumes really fast before we get going.
Absolutely. So I'm Ryan. Great to meet everybody. I'm dressed up as Woody this year in honor of my 3 kids who are going to be sporting Buzz, Forky, and Rex the dinosaur. So we've got the whole ensemble.
Awesome.
Nice. And I am Harriet Potter. I got the scar and everything in my Gryffindor robes. So got to represent our Hogwarts houses, right? There you go.
Blue Shift house, right?
Yeah. You reported into houses when you're employed at Blue Shift.
That would be a cool maybe our next co-marketing event. We can do house Blue Shift house Mailgun. We could do some Quidditch or something, right?
Yeah. What kind of marketer are you? And everybody gets sorted into different houses.
Right.
Wow. Brilliant. When we come together, amazing things happen.
Right. And you could use Forky too for spam email when they land spam box. Oh man, awesome. And then from the Mailgun side, my deliverability teammates, 2 individuals I love working with and collaborating with all the time. We've got Miss Ashley Rodriguez, one of our deliverability engineers, and also Mr. Nick Schaefer, our manager of deliverability and clients. Guys, how y'all doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having us. This is an exciting one. I mean, how often do you get to wear costumes during a webinar?
And real quick, tell us what your costumes are and anything else cool.
So like Ryan mentioned, we have a family theme at the Schaefer household this year. We're all pirates. Me and my wife and 3 kids. So yeah, I wish I had a pirate accent, but I'm not gonna lie, I tried and it doesn't sound good. So I'm just gonna stick to what I know.
That's funny. I'm actually a zombie. I love Halloween, so I like to get creepy and weird. So this came out and it might be a little too much, but I can't do it at the office. So I'll do it here.
Never too much. And you're downplaying it. Ashley loves Halloween. Each time Halloween comes around, she goes all out. So I wouldn't expect less than strobe lights in the background, 2 hours worth of makeup, however long it took you.
And it's also very known in the office that we try and scare Ashley as much as we can, especially during Halloween.
Yeah, I have a fear of gnomes, and like they will find a way to hide this one creepy zombie gnome anywhere in the office, whether I'm on the 11th floor or the 17th floor, they'll find me and like hide it. Oh my god, it's creepy. I don't like it.
Awesome. Well, everyone, I'm super happy that we all could be here today. Oh yeah, I'm a sriracha bottle because I love hot sauce, and so this is one of my favorite costumes. So if anyone needs a condiment to add to the lunch that's coming up today, let me know. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this. We've got, like I said, an email marketing hunting trivia edition. So we'll talk about the rules here. Let's get this going. And like, there's our wonderful presenters that we had today. Megan, like I said, from the content side from Blue Shift. We got Ryan from the demand gen side as well. And Ashley, our deliverability engineer, and Nick, our manager of deliverability and compliance. So let's keep rolling through. Let's talk about the rules. Would you like to play a game? For the team panelists, which is, Team Blue Shift and Team Mailgun. Once the question is read twice, you can hit your buzzer, and whoever gets the first buzz can answer. And if they get it correct, we'll get that point. Viewers, this is the opportunity for you guys to win giveaways, all right? So you must be the first person in the chat box with the correct answer. You need to include your name and email so we can reach out to you. If you don't have those details, I can't award you a prize, all right? And yeah, like I said, I just need you to wait for me to read the answer, read the question twice. And once I read that twice, then you can go to an answer. All right, panelists, are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Let's do it. We are.
All right, let's
do
get
it.
going. Let's do this. All right. So, first question. Starting off with a Halloween question, by the way. Which director created and directed Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original Last House on the Left, and the original Hills Have Eyes. Also, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, because I know there are remakes now. All right, one more time. Which director created and directed Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, and the original Last House on the Left, and the original The Hills Have Eyes? Go! Wait, any of our panelists?
I'm not a Halloween buff or a horror movie buff, so who was that?
Which team was that?
Was that Ashley?
I think somebody else pressed it too. So.
All right. Well, for a second time, we'll go with that. Looks like Ashley will go with the buzz. Ashley, what was the correct answer? Or what was your answer?
Wes Craven.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. The answer is Wes Craven. All right. Looks like cool. We got some correct answers in there. Awesome. Cool. All right. Next question. Now let's get into the nitty gritty. All right, here's a CDP and marketing automation question. All right, remember, I got to read these twice, and then you can answer. Okay, anonymous or unknown customers cannot receive personalized messaging. All right, one more time. Anonymous and unknown customers cannot receive personalized messaging. And go! All right, who was that? That was Megan?
Yeah.
All right, Megan, what do you think the answer is?
Big fat balls. You can track your anonymous customers through platforms like Blue Shift, and you can actually rationalize profiles. Sometimes your anonymous browsers can actually be known customers, and then you can send them personalized emails. But if you don't have their email, there's a ton of ways to do site personalization and give them exclusive offers, even if they are being spooky and creepy and haven't let you know who they are yet. They're just sort of prowling your site.
Oh, nice.
Trying to make a Halloween themed answer, right?
There you go.
Perfect. And it looks like the delivery guy just got to my house and he's trying to play the same game as well, but he can wait outside. So, I don't know if you guys heard the doorbell or not, but we'll keep on going. Okay, perfect. All right, let's go on to our next question, shall we? Deliverability question. Okay, so there is an ideal ramping plan, or is there? There is an ideal ramping plan. And go.
That was me, I think. I don't know.
I think that was Nick.
Is that me?
We'll go with Nick on that one. And Nick, what do you think the answer is?
I'm going to go with a false-ish on this one.
Okay.
Oh, yes. So everyone should warm up their IPs, but is there an ideal one? Not necessarily, because there's a lot of variables that come into play. So many that can't get into all of them. But like for instance, the distribution of your mailing list are a lot of recipients focused at one particular ISP. That warm up is probably going to look different than one that is more dispersed. So there's a lot of variables that come into play. Yes, everyone needs to warm up an IP and a domain for that matter, but there's not one single plan that works for everyone.
Gotcha. Hey, Rod, do you want to add anything to that?
That's definitely spot on. There's a lot of variables definitely come into play, and it's really cool that every time, obviously everybody has different scenarios and situations. It's always good to kind of list everything out, what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve, and then that'll help you, develop the perfect plan that, specifically for your projects. Nice.
Ashley, I had to remind myself that you're a human being because for a moment I thought you were a zombie. This zombie totally knows a lot about deliverability. So.
I think I see someone floating around in the background or something.
Yeah.
I just died.
or did it?
No, that's weird.
Oh man. Cool. All right, next question, guys. Let's see here. All right, here's a Halloween question. What vegetable was the predecessor to the pumpkin for jack-o'-lanterns? One more time. What was the vegetable that was the predecessor to the pumpkin for jack-o'-lanterns? Go! Looks like that was on the Blue Shift side. Team Blue Shift, what do you think the answer is?
Do you want to answer, Ryan? Did you press the button?
Yeah, so I think this one is the turnip.
Ooh, let's see.
A turnip?
Turnips. Ooh. And that's what they look like.
So creepy if you look up the road.
It's so weird.
And it's because they didn't have pumpkins. Pumpkins are a New World fruit, right?
Ah, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone, our viewers, if you have a moment today, look up the old. It's the original Halloween jack-o'-lantern turnip. It's a historical one. It's literally just 2 eyes and a slit for a mouth, and that's it. Exactly like this one, but even probably more terrifying, and about hundreds of years old.
Scary.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that can be everyone's fun Reddit fact for the day if they want to look that one up.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Oh, and the funny part is looks like the delivery guy who just showed up was actually delivering my new Halloween costumes. All right, just in time for Halloween. Cool. All right, let's move on to the next question, shall we? All right, here's another CDP marketing automation question. What type of data is best at predicting future behavior, engagement, and conversions? One more time. What type of data is best at predicting future behavior, engagement, and conversions? Go.
That's me. So I would say it's
All right.
behavioral data. So understanding and looking at what people are actually doing and what types of actions they're taking. Their current actions are great predictors of future actions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see some in the chat. Someone included purchase history. I think that also goes in with that behavioral data. Your behavioral data and your transactional data together can make really good predictions. And boo for Jason suggesting third-party data. Boo.
Awesome. Cool. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? All right, another deliverability one. Okay. Postmaster Tools is the best way to monitor my reputation at Gmail. One more time. Postmaster Tools is the best way to monitor my reputation at Gmail. And go. Oh, that was definitely Ashley. I saw that. Ashley,
I'm a little late on that one.
Definitely true. That tools are actually a really good tool when you're looking at Gmail specifically, because you definitely get a lot of data with your domain reputation and your IP, as well as any authentication issues that they might see and spam complaints. They don't participate in the traditional feedback loop, so it's definitely great to go in there and look at bits of data to help you determine what's going on and kind of see if you have to make some changes to improve your deliverability.
Nice. Nick?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's not a ton of things on my daily checklist, but Google Postmaster Tools is one that I make sure I check daily. It's just such a valuable tool. There's so much good information in there, especially from the ESP side. We can look at some additional data than I think senders themselves can see, like feedback loops. A-Rob mentioned, we use it to track a numerous amount of things, but it's just a really good tool that they've put out there and recently released an API version. So it's something that I think all senders should set up their domain in that tool so they can just see a reputation. You want to know how you're standing in Google's eyes.
Definitely. So it sounds like it's part of your morning routine. Your wallet, watch, Postmaster Tools.
Yes, basically.
There you go. Awesome. Let's move on to the next question, shall we? Okay. All right. Here's another Halloween one. Okay. Which film in the Paranormal Activity franchise was the most commercially successful? I just watched all of these the other day, and I will tell you my take in just a moment. But which film in the Paranormal Activity franchise was the most commercially successful? And go.
I think I jumped the gun on that one. So does that win by default, or am I disqualified?
You know what? Because you jumped the gun, we're going to Team Blue Shift.
Oh.
Team Blue Shift.
Ryan, I think I know it.
I don't know this one, so this one's all you, Megan.
I think it's lucky number 3.
And it's lucky number 3.
Oh wow! I would have said number 1. So I guess I'm glad Megan got it.
It's the least quality of all the films, and so I think people love those just horrible. No hate to the Paranormal Activity 3 production team. It's a splendid movie. I enjoyed watching it.
First was great. 2 was okay. 3, I don't know. It was, oh man. I was like, I think for me what it was on 3, it's because they go back to the 80s. So it's like, wait, what? But that's just me.
So maybe
All
the
right.
nostalgia factor is what upped the profit.
Maybe. But then you think about the fourth one. I think the fourth one, they started using cell phones. So it's like, wait, where is this going?
How many are there?
4.
You know what? Let's ask the viewers. Viewers, can you tell us
Is it
right
4?
now how many paranormal activities are there right now? Let's see if we can
Little
find out.
bonus question.
Yeah, bonus question. If we can get the right number, how many paranormal activities? Too many.
Yeah.
All right.
We have
Okay.
someone from like the Paranormal Activity franchise watching
Yeah,
this.
that's a bonus question right there.
Fine.
Whoever gives us the right answer to that one, we'll definitely get a point to it. We'll definitely make sure you get an award on that one. But I love the 2 minute answer. That's funny.
I see some 6s, so I don't know if that's what it is. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to sound like it's a 6, so we'll definitely verify that after. Cool. All right, let's move on, shall we? Next question. All right, we got a CDP and marketing one. All right, the only requirement for a platform to be considered a CDP is the ability to unify data. And real quick, someone from the team of Blue Shift, you guys want to briefly explain what a CDP is?
Ryan, do you want to take that away or do you want me to do it?
Go for it, Megan.
Okay, CDP stands for Customer Data Platform. I don't want to get more into what describes it because I feel like it kind of gives away the answer if I do my class spiel.
And I'll read it one more time. The only requirement for a platform to be considered a CDP is the ability to unify data. And the answer is false. Team Blue Shift, why?
So for a platform to be considered a CDP, data unification is obviously a really huge part of that. But it also needs to be a packaged piece of software, which means it's not custom built. There were a lot of solutions that were predecessors to CDPs that were built for certain companies, but it didn't, since it is custom to their needs, it doesn't fall under the CDP category. And then the third component is that it needs to be a connector to pretty much any platform you want it to. So it needs to connect to all of your outgoing data sources and platforms and ingoing as well. So unified data, connect all over your ecosystem, and it's a packaged piece of software and not a custom-made platform.
Nice. Awesome. All right, let's move on to the next
love
question.
that.
Oh, go ahead.
I love that the monkey typing away right there. That's what I was cracking up at.
So I feel when I do data entry.
It's me waking up in the morning trying to log on in the first place. Awesome. All right, let's move on to the next question. Let's see. All right, here's the deliverability one. All right, deliverability team. My server should have a PTR/reverse DNS record. One more time. My server should have a PTR reverse DNS record. And I bet our deliverability team will give us more insight to this in just a moment. And the answer is... Nick, what's the answer?
I like this buzzer. Have y'all caught on to that? Yeah, so I mean this was definitely true. You know, the reason is, so I guess we should step back a second. So ISPs are looking at a lot of different signals whenever they're trying to identify whether a message is wanted or not. Too many to count, but one of them is, you know, the IP itself. So they're going to look at all kinds of different things. Something common with like dynamic IPs that are, you know, maybe assigned by like ISPs or something, like whenever you have internet service at your house, commonly you don't have a PTR record. So if there's traffic coming from IPs that don't have a PTR record, it's seen as a negative signal. So having a PTR record set up for your IP is definitely something that you want to make sure is done. At Mailgun, we do this for all of our IPs, but at the same time, if you want, this is seen as a best practice. We can set up custom PTR records for you if you have a dedicated IP. That's not something we can do on shared IPs. All of our shared IPs have PTR records pointed back to us. But if it's dedicated, you can get it custom set up for that.
Nice. Ashley, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, and it's super easy to get the custom PTR record set up. Just put in a ticket, contact us, and we can do it really quick. That's one of my daily checks also. So super easy for us to take care of and help you out with that.
And once again, Ashley, you scared the crap out of me. I think your fan is on in the background. Something was moving.
It keeps going off, but I have something hanging from my ceiling fan to make it look weird. So it's a little Ghosting.
I thought it was a ghost, honestly.
Honestly, yes. I'm happy it's still daylight.
Paranormal Activity 7 is happening inside the.
Inside of Ashley's house, yes.
Someone typed in the chat, "I'm watching you."
Oh man, paranormal email activity. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one, shall we? Okay. Oh, here's a Halloween one. All right, one particular serial killer inspired Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, Psycho, and Silence of the Lambs. Who was it? One more time. One particular serial killer inspired Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, Psycho, and Silence of the Lambs. Who was it? Go!
I don't even have my hands near the buzzer because A-Rod is she's definitely done some research on this. So what?
I love serial killers. I should say Ed Gein.
Ed Gein.
Nice.
Yeah, which I felt like when earlier I was putting on all this stuff, I was like, "Am I putting on somebody else's face?" Like,
oh my goodness. I guess Ashley, since you are the I know you do love your murder and serial killer stuff. Is there any? I guess I wouldn't say fun facts on Ed Gein, but is there any? I guess any facts you could share on Ed Gein?
why did you put me on the spot like that? I blanked out. Normally, I'm pretty good about this, but I'm blanking. I'm actually going to go out there this weekend
Oh, wow.
to where like the store and stuff like that. It's actually cool. They turned that store into a barbecue place here in Texas, and now you can get like they'll show you a human layout and you get barbecue and buy like the weirdest stuff ever. So it's open right now. It's a weird tourist attraction, but if you want human barbecue, check that place out.
And yes, that yeah.
That's crazy.
It exists. Yeah, it's there.
I didn't even know that. I've been in Texas for a long time.
Check out the chat, guys. He made his mom into a lampshade.
Whoa! Wow. That's not a fun fact, but a fact.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
That's forceful.
I think
Now that
inspired. That's a real leg lamp, like a Christmas.
For some reason, that popped into my head as well. I was thinking about that from A Christmas Story.
And just in time for our holiday, yeah.
Oh, those comments are perfect.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Well, in all seriousness, we got to get to a serious question. So, oh, and it was Ed Gein, which I never actually threw that up there. But okay, perfect. So here's a CDP marketing automation question. When did the term CDP first become popularized? One more time. When did the term CDP first become popularized? Go.
I think it was around 2013 when we started seeing CDP become a more popularized term as people were, as Megan mentioned, starting to make platforms that weren't just for internal use.
Nice. Team Blue Ship, anything else you want to add on that?
It feels like in the past few years, I know 2013 is when it started to get talked about, the big news publications were picking it up, but since like 2017, 2018, it's just skyrocketed. At before pre-COVID times when we could go and see each other in person, all of the conventions, one year it was AI themed, and then the next year it felt like everybody was a CDP. So I'll be interested to see if that trend carries on and Mailgun will somehow become a CDP one day. It feels like everybody's picking up that name. But it's interesting to see how the trends evolve.
That's true. Actually, this brings a point I want to talk about really quick. And this is a question for both teams, and we can answer team by team. But for both teams, what do you predict? 2020 is wrapping up right now. We're talking about how 2013 we saw CDPs coming out. What do you think that could be an upcoming trend for 2021 in our email marketing space? Let's go with Team Mailgun first. You guys predict anything coming up?
Oh man, like A-Rod mentioned a second ago, we didn't put on the spot. Now I'm since you first posed that question, I've been trying to think. So something that's been discussed a lot in the email industry recently has been engagement metrics, opens and clicks. It's not necessarily a good trend that I see happening. I mean, I don't know. It's a confusing time because opens sometimes can be deceiving. There's a lot of things that can trigger opens, a lot of machines, things of that nature. So maybe a positive trend is that ESPs find another type of metric that is valuable for tracking whether a message is wanted or not. Because I think open rates are going to be less and less useful. That's kind of the trend that we're seeing. And I don't blame ISPs and spam blacklist companies, things like that. They have to look through messages. They have to see what's going on in the message to protect their users. So, yeah, that's something that is definitely a trend. I think it's going to continue.
Nice. Ashley, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I totally agree with that because we're definitely seeing that chatter coming up in the industry where we're trying to move towards more standardized approach to engagement versus just open and clicks and depending on that. Because we definitely do see like bot clicking and things like that and that kind of skew metrics. And it's been interesting to see how people are moving towards to trying to identify that one point that can help us or multiple points and then trying to see we can standardize it where it'll impact everybody across the board and we can all get on the same page and make it better for everybody. Nice.
Team Blue Shift, what are you guys predicting for 2021?
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see as we've coming towards the end of 2020 and all of the growth in the e-commerce, the digital spaces that COVID's required and facilitated. I think there's an element of hyper personalization that's going to need to come out in 2021. So, and what I mean by that is it's getting through the noise is going to be more important than ever. Everybody and their brother is becoming an e-commerce platform or an e-commerce store and digital and leveraging email and all of those things. And so the more relevant you can get, it's going to be required in order to stand out from all of the messages that people are going to see every day.
That's very true, especially in our times right now. Everything's got an E attached to it. Hopefully there won't be an E hot sauce next. We'll see.
Need the real thing.
Right? I don't want digital hot sauce. Cool, guys. All right, let's keep on moving here. Let's see. Next question. All right. So for deliverability, only companies using shared IPs can suffer from spam they did not send. One more time. Only companies using shared IPs can suffer from spam they did not send. True or false? Go. All right, let's see who got that one on our end.
That was me. So yeah, the answer to this is false. So shared IPs, definitely you see it more commonly. You know, you're sharing an IP with other users. So if there happens to be a bad actor that gets onto that IP, they could ruin things for you, unfortunately, by getting the IP blocked. But it doesn't end at that. You can be on a dedicated IP, and if like there's neighboring IPs that are being abused, or just a abuse problem in general close by in the IP space, then it could definitely impact you. That's why from my side, leading the deliverability and compliance team, we're always looking for this kind of stuff, looking for patterns and identifying the bad actors and stopping them as quickly as possible. So while yes, it is more commonly associated with shared, it doesn't mean it's only shared IPs.
Nice. Ashley, anything real quick?
Yeah, like Nick said, with shared, you do run risk. Also dedicated. It's our job to make sure we're securing the platform, keeping an eye on things and trends, and kind of mitigating them as quick as possible to make sure that we can provide the best IPs possible to our customers. I got distracted by the cats, that's why I didn't ring the buzzer.
Also, too, we like using this actual photo to show off shared IPs because I mean, to me personally, I own cats, but to me personally, I feel like this shows using shared IPs. But all right, let's move on to our next question. And we have just a few more here. All right, here's a Halloween one. And Friday the 13th, Part 1. This is one of my favorite Halloween movies. But who is the original slasher? One more time. In Friday the 13th, Part 1, who is the original slasher? And go! Oh, looks like Nick's got it.
I was buzzing for A-Rod because I don't know the answer. I was gonna say Jason.
Nope, it's not Jason.
It's not Jason.
Team Blue Shift. Team Blue Shift, you happen to know?
It's his mother, right?
And is it? It is.
Oh.
It's Mrs. Pamela Voorhees, Jason's mom. She was so mad that some camp counselors were caught in an entanglement, and she was upset that they were doing what they were doing, and she went after him because her son drowned in Camp Crystal Lake.
Good use of entanglement.
Oh man. Okay, guys.
I wasn't a horror movie buff. A-Rod, I think you would have got that for me.
You spoke too quickly.
Oh man. Also, I love that some people use the answer just mom. All right, let's see. Moving on here. We'll wrap this up. We've got a few left here. CDP1. What is the optimal time after cart abandonment to send a message? And one more time. What is the optimal time after cart abandonment to send a message? And go. Team Blue has got the answer on that one.
Okay, so my answer is anywhere under an hour, but ideally you want to send them an email, a push message, whatever it is, before they log off from that browsing session.
Nice.
Brian,
anything to add to that?
No, it's finding that right mix of giving them enough time to make sure they're not in the process of looking for that credit card, but going back and hitting them with a relevant message.
No, when I get it too late, I'm like, that's old news. I'm not interested in that anymore. I was just looking at Chia Pets. It was a fad. I don't want it anymore. It was everything you add to your cart where you're like, I definitely want a Garfield the Cat Chia Pet. That's
a great idea at 3 a.m.
Also, too, you just reminded me, I wonder how much stuff I have sitting in carts right now. I wonder how many times I've done that in the last, how many ever years I've been in e-commerce shopping. Makes you wonder, right?
Your Garfield Chia Pets are sobbing in their carts.
Yeah. All right. Deliverability time. Deliverability question here. If you get blacklisted, a new IP is a great way to start over with a clean slate. One more time. If you get blacklisted, a new IP is a great way to start over with a clean slate. And go! Deliverability team, what is that answer?
The zombie.
That was me. False. Do not get a new IP. Figure out your problem. What caused you to get blacklisted? You're just going to carry right over to the next IP. And it also just shows recipient mailbox providers that you're hopping around, so that's also a signal for a spammer.
Nice. Nick, anything to add on that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely agree. Just switching an IP is not solving the problem. You got to get down to the root of the problem. Something you did triggered that. So taking a look at the data and seeing what exactly happened is what you want to do instead of just kind of throwing up your hands and moving to a different IP.
Nice. And Ashley, I did see your question. We will answer that towards the end, but don't worry, we'll answer that. I'm moving on to next here. All right, here's another Halloween question. In Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack Skellington's songs were sung by famous composer and band member of Oingo Boingo. He also scores the music for The Simpsons. One more time. In Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack Skellington's songs were sung by famous composer and band member of Oingo Boingo. He also writes the music for The Simpsons. And go! All right, anyone on our side?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll ding for this one. Ding! It was Danny Elfman.
There you go.
So he composes and he sung it?
Yep, he did. He wrote all the music for I almost said Night of the Living Dead. No, he didn't write the music for that. Never Before Christmas. He doesn't actually do all the speaking parts, but he wrote all the music. And then the singing voice that you hear, the what's this? What's this? That's actually him. And yeah, he's written music for and did all the music for The Simpsons, lots of famous movies. Oh yeah, like Beetlejuice right there.
Like this. It's not a Tim Burton movie if you don't have Danny Elfman coming in with the orchestration.
Exactly. Oh, Jason. Hey, this is Halloween. All right. All right. Let's go and getting towards our last two questions here. So here's a CDP one. What is the average number of touch points customers use to make a purchase decision? One more time. What is the average number of touch points customers use to make a purchase decision? And go. In Blue Shift, what's the answer?
I believe that as of 2020, it's around 6. 6
touch points. And I tried to find a gift.
Best 7 is a pretty, like, just in 2020, so much has happened. I feel like it could be 7 now.
Yeah, data is definitely evolving post-March 2020 on everything. But this is, I mean, the 6 touch points just goes to the importance of thinking about, you know, your campaigns as being omni-channel, thinking about your messaging and how people are interacting with it. Because very, very rarely is it they click and buy the Garfield Chia Pet all in one interaction.
I see the Garfield Chia Pet at 2 a.m. on Instagram. I go to their mobile site. I download the app. I switch over to my iPad, and then I think I'll leave this decision to the morning. So I pick it back up on my laptop. It's a hard decision to make. What model do I go for?
How would you rate the UX on the Garfield Chia app?
Not great. Not great. Honestly, they give up their customer service and their customer experience for the Chia Pet purchasing.
I was going to say the 7th touch point is when you decide to pick the Bob Ross Chia Pet over the Garfield Chia Pet.
Or I go to maybe a Chia Pet store if those exist.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. All right, y'all. Here's one more question for you. The last moment to collect some points, everybody. Here it is. Here it comes. All right. A delivery question. Double opt-in is the best practice. Is that true or is it false? One more time. Double opt-in is the best practice. True or false? Go. Nick, I saw that. That was you, man. What is it?
That's a big fat true. I know, there's, some discussion to be had around, the impact that could have to the customers, the customer friction. But the reality is that there's a lot of bad stuff on the internet. Bots is one of them. They sign up for forms all the time. So you don't want that kind of stuff, ending up in your list. You want to get permission of the users that actually want to receive the messages. And one way I like to think about this is kind of like common practice these days. Like, you sign up for a website, you somewhat expect to have to go to your mailbox and verify your account. And it's, again, the best way to make sure you're capturing the accurate customer information that is valuable. You don't want to have the wrong information.
Exactly. Ashley?
Yeah. Permission is definitely the way to go, especially if people want your traffic. They're not going to really be bothered to opt in. And it's always best to go that way. That way you can weed out any bad addresses that can cause you problems on the road with deliverability.
Yeah, looking through the chats, I'm not surprised to see falses here. It is definitely a discussion point. As Jason said, false-ish. There are sides to both, or there's pros and cons to both sides.
Exactly. Awesome. All right, cool. Well, we got about 5 minutes for questions because we had an amazing time answering some of these awesome questions. But one question I wanted to knock out really quick was, let me see here, from Ashley. And it was about, let me see here. I think it was about the blacklisting. Yeah, if you get blacklisted, the new IP is a great way to start over with a clean slate. So Ashley, what would be, the best way to go about figuring out, your issue?
So what I would recommend is first look at your sending practices, look how you're collecting your recipients, make sure that all that is buttoned up. And if you do have a point of entry where it could be unsecured or might be a little questionable, obviously, you're letting in risk there. And also look at your logs overall. Metric, the logs themselves tell you a lot. You can see, if you're hitting recipients that don't exist, disable mailboxes, things like that. Obviously, whenever you see things like that, then it's a time to reconsider your list, whether it's old, kind of clean things up a bit and kind of just put better practices in place, and that'll help you out. And then obviously, if you find out where you're blacklisted, try to see what they're looking at and then work your way there to clean things up.
Awesome. Okay, does anyone else have any questions? Shouting out to our viewers. Anyone else, guys? Last chance. Last chance. Awesome. Cool. Cool. Well, let me see here. I just want to talk about something real quick. Looks like Blue Shift actually has a new feature that they just dropped. Blue Shift team, you guys want to talk about that really quick?
Yeah. So today's the day for our academy, our new academy course. Do you want to cover some stuff on it, Ryan?
Yeah, so we're really excited about this. We launched it today and are covering, the basics of email deliverability and what it takes to get something set up, how to warm up the IP address. So some really great content, all completely free. You can go and get your certification, get a nifty little badge, which is always fun to show off. But we're really excited about it and we'd love for you to check it out.
And I will put the link to the course in the chat for anybody who's interested, and the link to a blog post we wrote talking more about it if it's still not sold, though. Amazing. We love free is always music to my ears.
Awesome. And guys, also be sure to check out some of our blog posts too on deliverability. Also, this blog post written by our VP of deliverability, Kate Neruzzi, super awesome in the deliverability game. You've probably also seen her on some of our other webinars and AMAs and stuff like that. And also too, if you'd like to maybe see and inquire, maybe our deliverability services could be the thing for you. Check out our website and take a look at that. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. And this is where we leave you. All right. So if you have any questions for Mailgun, you can reach us at contact@mailgun.com. For Blue Shift, you can reach out to them at hello@blueshift.com. Team Blue Shift, Ryan, Megan, guys, thank you so much for being here today. And thank you so much for trick-or-treating with us.
That was a blast. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Guys, you guys did an amazing job. And also to my deliverability team, Nick and Ashley, you guys did super awesome. Thank you so much for being here and taking time out of your day to be here.
Yeah, thank y'all for asking us to be on this one. This one was fun.
Awesome.
To be in costume and just lighthearted. This was definitely a unique one, and I enjoyed it.
Awesome, guys. Well, everyone out there, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here. Also, this recording will be going out right after, so you can review some of these questions, and you can't answer any more answers into the chat because we can see. So, and also, if you did qualify for a giveaway, we will email those out to you. And everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking out your time to be here today with us. And everyone, be well. I wish everyone a great day. Everyone, see you later.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.